Hey guys, my name's Gloria and welcome back to my channel. I am still sick, as you can probably tell, but I did get a test and it is not the Rona, so I'm just ordinary sick, thankfully. So I'm going to edit out all of the coughing and gross things. But today last night I got a notion to change up where I sit. This is normally what you see behind me when I'm filming, and I realised that I have a lot of books that I haven't read yet, way too many books for my TBR trolley, so I figured that I could do something cool with them, stack them up behind me or something, give myself a bit of a background change, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. But I also thought that while I was at it, I could go through them and give people a what's on my TBR video as well, if anyone's interested in that kind of thing. So I'm gonna go through the books and show them off. Is it showing off? I don't know. And maybe even unhaul some of them, because there's ones that have been there for a very long time, like 2 years, and if I'm not actually going to read them, I may as well just get rid of them. So I'll show you where the books currently are. So that's my desk where I sit in front of. This is a computer chair that was too big to film with, stacked full of books. There's also books underneath, more back there. And this is my actual TBR trolley. It's got a section underneath that's just got all my notebooks in it. The top two were full of books that I had to read, but then I needed the top to put my laptop on to take a Zoom class, so I had to sort of clear it off. But hopefully there's quite a few in that's like 2 deep as well. But these are the books that I'm going to be going through today and going to be transferring over to my desk to hopefully have a cool background if I can figure it out. I'm going to go through the books that were on the floor first. There's actually less than I thought were on the floor, but they tend to be the chunkiest ones. So a lot of, not a lot, but a few of these I've mentioned before because a lot of them came in book boxes and stuff and hauls. One that I mentioned before and I'm absolutely keeping is Uzumaki by Junji Ito. I still like that creepy guy at the top. Have not done this yet, read it, but I really want to get into it, so that was on the floor. On the floor no longer. I really want to get to this soon because I'm in a bit of a movie binge and I really want to watch the movie of this as well because I've been told it's great. Is The Ruins by Scott Smith, which I read or bought myself. I haven't read it yet. Just as a little treat myself. So that's staying. Two that I got off the work table at work, which a bit of a bargain really. Did I get this at work? Or did I buy it? I don't think I bought it. Under the Dome by Stephen King and The Stand by Stephen King. Honestly, just lifting these, thinking nobody needs the gym. You need a couple of these and you're golden. I will be keeping these for the moment and reading them hopefully soon, but I'm going to say that about everything. These will create great book bricks, I think, behind me. If I don't end up liking them when I read them, I will be giving them away, but for the moment they are staying. I also have a series here by James Herbert. So I have the Ash series. I'm not sure which one, not entirely sure which order they go in, but I'm going to make one up. So I'm going to say it's Ash, and then I'm going to say it's The Ghost of Sleeth. I actually think it might be the other way around. And then Haunted, which is actually the smallest one. I'm going to be reading these, probably do a vlog on those maybe. Again, we'll be giving away if I don't like them, but The Dark was alright. I liked his book The Dark, so we shall see. And I read the second one of this series. This is The Anomaly by Michael Rutger, and I read the second one. I got it in one of my book boxes and I liked it so much that I went and bought the first one. So I really like Michael Rutger's writing, very descriptive and quite funny as well. I think I got all of the, oh, not all of them, got most of these in a book box. One of them is covered in rubbish, so I'm just going to get rid of that. We have Hunger by Alma Katsu, which, again, I want to get to all of these really soon. Another page, I think I got these together, is The Hunted by Gabriel Bergmoser, an Australian set book, I believe. The next up is another book box one. It's The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor. This one I bought ages ago just because, you know, I was reminiscing of my college days. Never actually read, I think I've read a few of his stories, but not a lot. Really taking very good care of this book, but it's a little sort of fancy volume of Dostoevsky's short stories. So I would like to get a read on this. I have read some of his stuff and taken some classes where teachers have talked about his writing, so I wouldn't mind getting a closer look at his writing and really sort of breaking it down and taking some lessons from it, because I certainly need them. I'm gonna do all of the ones that are on the chair. I honestly don't know. I was gonna say I don't know what I'm gonna do with the chair when the books aren't there, but the chair I sit in for my filming, I have to constantly shift a load of crap, clothes and stuff, onto the bed to film, and then I put them back because I'm a useless human being. So I might just use that chair for the crap and try and keep this one cleared for filming at all times. Not as dumb as I look. Sometimes I am, but okay, so I think you can kind of see that the chair is clear behind me. This one mentioned before, Conversation with Friend, Sally Rooney. I have read this. This is up for grabs. If anyone wants a copy, I will send it to you, but I'm going to put it on my Instagram probably, because I think there's more of an audience for this kind of stuff over there. A lot of these books I will be keeping because this is generally where I put the ones I get from my book box. I just open them here and put them there and never read them. So the next one I have is A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. Is there a G? Did I make that up? I've heard very good things about this, but I've heard some people saying they absolutely hated it, so it'll be fun to see what I think of it. But it's got something to do with possession, which is one of my favorite things, so I'm going to be glad of that. The next one is The Haunting of Alma Fielding, which by Kate Summerscale, which is apparently based on a true story, so that should be quite interesting. So what I got with that one is Touched by Joanna Briscoe. Nice little hardcover. I wonder what the... Ooh, it's got a nice silver, black and silver cover to it. I do have a hatred of dust covers because they just irritate. I have a non-fiction by an Irish woman who does a podcast I really like called The Creep Dive, but this is about her life and her struggles with different things. It's called Corpsing by Sophie White. I really do like the cover. The cover's great. So I'll hopefully be getting into that one soon enough, but because the Nihilist Geek recommended it in one of his random videos, it's called The Art of Murder by Jose Carlos Somoza. I think it's murder in the fashion industry, something like that. I bought this one so long ago. My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. It's got a great great 80s looking vintage cover to it and stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. I have seen some people mentioning it in their like not most hated, but like disliked books recently, but we'll see. This one I got also ages ago. It's called Pine by Francine Toon. I was very much taken by the cover, but this is a good big brick from my book wall. What I got recently is Little Eve by Catriona Ward. I'm looking forward to that as well. Next up, I mentioned this in one of my other videos. I got another copy of Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. I might leave this out because I'll be giving this away to someone soon, hopefully. Next up, we have The Body Snatchers by Jack Finney, which is where the movie The Body Snatchers comes from. So that's some sci-fi I'm happy to get into. I also have The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward, another good big brick for my book wall. Stories of Henry James. I've had this for a while. I got it into my head that I had read it, but I didn't, and I went back to find a story in it, and turns out I was thinking of an entirely different book. So I do need to go through this. Henry James has some quite classic ghost stories, so I'll be reading that. Okay, a few now from the book box. We have 13 Stories by Jonathan Sims. Who's Afraid of Maria Lewis by... Who the? Oh. Yeah, okay. It's called Who's Afraid, and it's by Maria Lewis. Not on full brain power today. We also have The House of 100 Whispers by Graham Masterson. Another massive book. Harbour by John Ajvide Linkvist, who wrote Let the Right One In. Another great movie as well. We've got a good few books there. I'm not entirely sure how I want to place them or what I want to do with them, but I will figure it out. Cleared off the book section of my book trolley. It fit a lot more books than I thought were in there, but anywho, again, we have another chunker from Stephen King. No, we don't. There was a quote on the back from Stephen King. This is not by Stephen King. The Story of Edgar Sawtelle by David Wroblewski. Stop. I actually went to the book signing of this, and it is a signed copy. Becoming Belle by Neil O'Connor, who's a very nice Irish writer. This is a historical fiction based on an actual person from history. Not generally one of my things, but I went to the book launch and I bought it just to support an Irish writer, so I'll give it a go and I'll see what I think of it. This is old. This is a crusty looking book. It's volume 2 of the Asimov Chronicles by Isaac Asimov. You may recognize his name from the 3 Laws of Robotics. I can't remember what they are, but I've definitely heard of his name before. I think that's why I picked it up. Don't really like starting on like a book 2 instead of like book 1, but I'll see how it goes. I'm not going to stick around too long if I don't like it. If I want to DNF this, I will do so. I've had this for a long time and I've never finished it. And even before all of the nonsense came out about the author, I just didn't have any interest in finishing it, and now I have even less interest. I did start it and I did think it was stupid, but just so I can complain thoroughly about it if I need to. It's the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by the Big Dingus. I'm definitely not going to read it during Pride Month anyway. But it'll make a good brick. Next up, we have Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. Getting some weird vibes off that fox. He's looking at me all... I don't know why I keep flipping through all the books because they're so dusty and I am already dying. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This would be a good one to read for Pride Month. I think it's about a bisexual woman, so might give that a go soon. I also have Hangus Man by Shirley Jackson. Skin Deep by Liz Nugent. I think it's a thriller. I don't know where I got this. I don't know why I have it. I don't think I had to read it in college, but it's Valette by Charlotte Bronte. I'll give it a go. I haven't read any sort of real oldies in a while. Thinking About It Only Makes It Worse by David Mitchell. He's an English comedian. I really like the Mitchell and Webb sketch show. It's quite funny. Although recently apparently he went on a rant on TV about how languages like Irish and Welsh should just disappear because clearly we don't care about them enough to keep them alive. Coming from an English man. That's just embarrassing, mate. You think you're an intellectual and you say shit like that, that's just embarrassing. It is an award-winning book by an Irish woman. It won the 2018 Man Booker Prize, which is big in the literary world, and it's called Milkman by Anna Burns. It's one of these weird literary ones where nobody has a name, apparently. The milkman is called the milkman. Her mother is called her mother. Middle sister is called middle sister. Could end up being a little confusing, but we shall again give it a go. Oh, I think my boyfriend bought me this as part of a present. I think it's the first. It is volume 1 of The Dark Tower by Stephen King. It is an Irish short story collection. Sweet Home. Yeah, Sweet Home by Wendy Erskine. She's very funny. I've read a couple of those, but I haven't read the entire book yet. The next two, years ago when I was in college, I joined some website that I can't remember the name of, where you could review books and occasionally you could get paid to review them. And I was basically on there just to get paid because I didn't have any money. But I read a book called The Faithful by S.M. Friedman, and I really enjoyed it. It's like a weird... I might actually reread and do a video of these, because there is a second one as well, and it was only a couple of years ago that I went and I bought the physical books because I like them so much. I got this for my birthday from a guy I'd been... a guy and a girl, him and his girlfriend came to my birthday party, and apparently I'd been talking about this or something similar when I was drunk, and he handed this to me and said, "Hey," and I was like, "Whoa, what?" I don't remember why, but yeah, he got it for me. That was very nice of him. It's Skag Boys by Irvin Welch. So I think this is the prequel to Train Spotting. I think my cousin sent me this one. I'm not sure what it's about. It's called The Ire Affair by Jasper Ford. It was sent to me as well. Somebody was giving a book away, and she sent this over to me. Ooh, it's called Lullaby by Layla Slimani, and the cover says, "The baby is dead. It took only a few seconds." Cool. And oh, this one was given to me by Swan River Press, are sort of prestigious horror publisher in Ireland, and the owner was giving away a few of these on Twitter, and very kindly sent me one. It's Leaves for the Burning by Mervyn Wall. I think it's just a literary book, I'm not entirely sure, but should be interesting anyway. Let's see what the cover of this looks like. Oh, the cover of that looks better than the actual dust cover. It is Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. This was very popular on YA booktube and whatnot. I kept seeing it everywhere, but yeah, I mean, I'll give it a go. I haven't read a lot of YA recently. It's not really my thing. Another one that is not my copy, so don't judge me. It's not looking too good. It's From a Buick 8 by Stephen King, but it does include the last page, so that's the important bit. I think I got it from work. Obviously, I was going to go read the back of it, but there is no back, so I have literally no idea what this is about. If you know what it's about, you can tell me. I'm not sure if I want to read it. It's Room by Emma Donoghue, made into a major film. I watched the film, fantastic film. Horrific tragic story, but I'm gonna give it a go, I think. If I don't like the events that are happening, I may DNF it, but I'll give it a go. This one I got from like a book swap exchange thing on Instagram, where you send people books and then other people send you books. I didn't explain that very well, but anywho, somebody gave me Master and Commander by Patrick O'Brien. They said it was their favourite book. Oh yes. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. Don't be put off by the sailing terminology. I hope you like it. Thank you for that, Eleanor. Definitely wouldn't be one that I would pick up myself. I don't think I would be interested in this, but again, I'll read almost anything, so I'll give it a go. If you've read this, let me know what you thought of it. Another Stephen King. I bought this a few months ago. It's Night Shift, one of his best short story collections, I've been told by a few people, so looking forward to getting into that. It's a nice little compact size, but it is about 500 pages. I think I saw a picture of it on Instagram, and that is how easy it is to make me buy your stuff. It's called Threading the Labyrinth by Tiffany Angus. The Sorrows by Jonathan Jans. Is She Dead in Your Dreams? Whoops. By Benjamin Langley. I do like the cover of this. That's also quite a short one. That's about 200 pages, so I'll probably get through that in a day. I have this little magazine. It's called Sonder. A little Irish short story magazine. A few people I've been acquainted with in the past started doing, so I haven't read through this one yet. The third installment of Dorothy McArdle with its fabulously colourful cover. This is called Dark Enchantment. The other two of the Dorothy McArdles that I have are connected in some way. There's some overlap with characters, but this one is, I think, entirely just separate, set in the French Alps. Ireland's answer to Daphne du Maurier. Oh, and it's all blue, and they really went for it with the colours. And of comics that a friend of mine made. I did a competition called MX Horror. You can't see that at all. I did a competition called MX Horror, and we got little goodie bags with different things, and she included a couple of these comics that her and I think her friend or her boyfriend made. Here's our Sarah and Edward. I haven't got through these yet, but they look really cool. So I shall be getting into those. Ithaca by Alan McGonigal. He is an Irish writer. He was my mentor when I went to the writing festival a couple of years ago. Very nice guy. Writes some funny stuff. So this I bought years ago and I just have not read. It's A Brilliant Void, edited by Jack Fennell, who I follow on Twitter. It is a collection of Irish sci-fi stories. Running with the Demon by Terry Brooks. I don't know if it's supposed to be fantasy or horror. I know he is a bit of a fantasy writer. I used to have a few of his books from the Shannara series, the Sword of Shannara and stuff. I think it might be a YA novel, but I'll give it a go. Seoul Mountain by Gao Xingjian, translated from Chinese by Mabel Lee. So it's a Chinese novel that won the Nobel Prize for Literature. I feel like sometimes I should give these books a go. I might really enjoy it. Like, I have no idea what it's about, but it could also be a bit high-minded for me. I'm definitely gonna wait until my brain starts running at normal speed again and give that one a go. I have Power versus Force by David R. Hawkins. This is a metaphysics book that my brother gave me years ago and I did not read. I probably will read it or something. Oh god. Oh lord, there's physics flipping physics things in it. Oh, that's too much for me right now. My boyfriend's a physicist though, but he really doesn't like metaphysics, so he might not be interested in helping me with that. The Haunting of Henderson Close by Catherine Cavendish. I love that name. Haunted Halls by Glenn Rolfe. I was also asked, sent a link by the author to review one of his books. That was the last one that I accepted a review of. So I might do that one and this one at the same time and sort of compare and contrast them, see what they're like. Last two are another massive chunker. The Witch Elm by Tara French, an Irish thriller writer. I also have Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Fantastic design on this book. I love it. So that's my entire physical TBR. Don't even ask about my Kindle app. Quite a number of books here, quite a wall. I'm not gonna leave it like this. I'm going to maybe take out the whiteboard behind and do something with it. So I'll be back when I've figured that out. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put the biggest Stephen King chunkers pretty much on the bottom to create a stable base, and then I have no further plans. I'm also conscious of putting the ones I want to read soon on top so that I don't have to dismantle it every time I want to get a book. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Awkward. It's fucking awkward here. Okay, so I think I've done something. I could really invest in a less creaky chair. I don't know. What do you think? So, I turned the lights on as well. I tried to be kind of cool with it and stack them sort of vertically and not vertically. Couldn't leave out my big pentagram shelf. Kept those pictures in because I really like those pictures. But yeah, that's gonna be my background from now on. So don't look over there. That's messy over there. But I think I I have a free chair to put stuff on now and a shelf over there. I kind of like it. I'm going to see how it goes. I might change it up a bit, but let me know if you like it. So yeah, that's going to be my new background. I'm going to go drown myself in strepsils and try and sort out that bed before my boyfriend needs to sleep. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. Let me know if you have any suggestions or if you have any tips for what I could do with all of this. If you like what I'm doing here, you can like and subscribe down below. I will have some very cool book reviews and book lists coming up very soon, and I shall see you in the next video.